Hey guys, it's Matt with Mix Coach, and today I want to talk about a unique dynamics processing plugin from Flux, the Syrah version 3. Very unique set of parameters on it. As you'll see by looking at the interface, you don't see the typical looking settings for a dynamic processor, but it's using a lot of its technology from their free tool, the Bittersweet Transient Shaper, and applying some advanced techniques to uh, really focus on being able to adapt to program material, and the plugin does it very well. And we'll listen to it here on a few different instances and check out what it can do. First off, we'll just go ahead and listen to it on something. I have it here on a piano. I pulled up a preset. For me, especially with new plugins, sometimes I like to just pull up presets to hear, uh, just how the plugin sounds on certain things, and then I'll tweak it and kind of create my own settings from that. And here on this song here, it's kind of got a more uh, I'm going for a more pop compressed sound on the piano, and this did the trick. So let's just solo the piano here and take a listen to it. And the first thing you'll notice here is this great waveform display and dynamic draw line that goes with it, so you can see a trace line, so you can see what's going on. That I love. It's one of my favorite features of this plugin. And uh, as far as the sound, I really like it because I think it does a really good job at doing the adaptive programming algorithm that they've created. And for me, I love being able to parallel process straight from the plugin, because for a piano, even though I know a lot of, like, for pop music, the compressed piano sound is um, a big thing, but I still like having some of the natural signal blended in, and I think this did a perfect job of doing that. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the more unique features of this plugin. If you notice, you don't see the typical attack release type settings, and that's because this thing's always adapting in how it achieves dynamic processing. And basically, in a nutshell, you have different modes that will kind of have different algorithms on how it's supposed to approach the dynamics. And the speed here basically is like your attack, and this is going to adjust how it approaches the attack. And then for velocity, kind of think of it as a release. Um, uh, the boost feature here is like an intensifier for whatever amount you have going on. It kind of intensifies it. Inverse is kind of cool. It will apply just the opposite of what's going on. Say it's pulling something down by 3 dB. If you turn whatever the trace line's doing, basically it will invert it, and you can create some pretty neat creative sounds with that. The amount knob here basically is kind of, for me, I think of it as like a gain reduction limit, or an envelope restrictor, because if you turn it down, it's pretty much doing nothing, and as you increase it, it intensifies the effect more, all the way up to 100%. And not to be confused with parallel processing, because that's not what it's doing. It's just basically controlling how much of the desired dynamic control you're wanting. It has mid-side capabilities, stereo channel links for linking the stereo channels on stereo tracks. Thickness basically is what you would think it would be. It kind of creates some warmth to the signal. Relax kind of controls, uh, also, if I remember correctly, controls some of the release values in how hard the compressor works with release times. And relax bass is exactly what you think it would be. Think of it as a sidechain filter that will, as you turn it up, it will focus less on the low end. So maybe you got some pumping issues, just control this parameter here. Clipper is a neat little feature, as in basically it kind of works like an analog clipper. It doesn't really let you, uh, not necessarily like a limiter, but it's more like a soft limiter. Um, uh, kind of got some saturation going on to that algorithm. And another really cool, unique feature about this is the morph slider, that whenever you do this, it will control every parameter and just go crazy. And you can automate this and get some really, really just crazy effects. That can be used as a pretty cool creative tool as well. Um, and that's basically it for this plugin. Even though the features look different, once you learn them, it's very intuitive. And at first it may be a little daunting because you're thinking, okay, this is supposed to work like a compressor. Where's the attack? Where's the release? Where's the ratio? It's just a completely fresh take on how to control your dynamics, and uh, it sounds great on mix buses if you need it for mastering capabilities, single track use. In fact, I have it on the couple of drums and a couple other things that we'll take a listen to. Let's pull up this acoustic. As you can hear, it just really solidifies the sound. The peaks aren't jumping out at you. And again, I'm using it in parallel, so it's allowing it to breathe a little bit naturally. Because for me, acoustic instruments, I love having that, just some of that natural dynamic and not that complete squash sound. And it did a great job on this. I'm running it on the B3. As you'll see here, I'm running it faster to kind of to tell it to work quicker on the transients. Got the look ahead on, so it's kind of, because B3s can really jump out, and it really handles that well. And again, running it in parallel process, I do it on tons of stuff to keep some of the natural dynamics in it, and then just I'll ride the rest on automation. And we'll listen to it on the drums here real quick. I got it on the kick and the snare. As you'll hear, it's doing a very effective job at just holding the kick down. And the same goes for the snare. So again, it's a very useful tool. Um, Again, a little bit of a learning curve, just because it's a totally different approach to dynamics. But once you get used to it, it's really effective. And I mean, I have nothing but high regards to say about it, because I've yet to find any material you can't make it work on. And I highly suggest going and trying out a demo. Go to Flux's website and download a demo, see if it does anything for you that you need, and hopefully you'll get something from this. Until next time, guys, happy mixing.